President Trump was at the border in San Diego yesterday. You know, my husband and I lived in San Diego many, many years. So he was, and we love that city. It's a fabulous city. So President Trump is at the border, and he did a little speech, I think a little bit impromptu. I want to quickly ask Matt, the wonderful producer, to play this clip of President Trump at the border in San Diego.
This has been a very exciting project. As you know, it's for many years people have wanted the proper wall, and we have a wall that the likes of which very few places have ever seen. I wanted to show you some of the details of the wall. You can see a pretty good view. This is going to be close to 500 miles by the time we finish. Those are the areas that are most important. After we're completed that should be done pretty close to next year. It'll be over 400 miles, and we think we can get it close to 500 miles by the end of next year, depending on certain terrain conditions. This is your maximum that you could do, and one thing we haven't mentioned is technology. They're wired so that we will know if somebody's trying to break through. We wanted Congress to help us. It would have made life very easy, and we still want them to get rid of loopholes, but we've done it a different way. We've done it with the help of Mexico, we've done it with the help of Border Patrol, and we've done it with the help of Kevin and all of you great people, and Mark. We've done it a different way. We still want them to do it because it would be a little bit easier, but Congress wouldn't do it. When I say Congress, the Democrats just wouldn't do it. So now we have a world-class security system at the border, including the highest technology. I would think that there's no place like this anywhere. There's no place has anything like this or even close to it.
Okay, that was President Trump at the border just yesterday. And I just want to say a couple quick remarks about it before we turn to our interview with Congressman Cloud. Number one, this is an issue Trump talked about from the time he began running, that we don't have a secure border in the South. I want to commend him and really many Americans, because when he first began talking during his campaign, people were thinking, a border wall? That sounds like a wall, the Great Wall of China. They thought it sounded like a really mean-spirited thing. But over time, President Trump's ability to shine the spotlight on not just the fact that we have an insecure southern border, but how very dangerous that insecure border is. When we talked about in the show many times, it's not just impoverished families trying to come across the border and find a better life in America. You have people who are trafficking Islamic terrorists from the country of Bangladesh. We talked about that just a few days ago. They arrested the guy who was helping them come into the country. You have people coming out from all over Central America, not stopping at the first country possible, but just insisting on their right to come to America. We had set ourselves up as a magnet where everyone felt entitled to come. Half of the elected officials in Washington, or more than half of the U.S. House, seems to agree that anyone from anywhere simply has the right to come here. So I love that President Trump stuck with it. He really lifted the American people's understanding of the danger of the border, the reality of the problem. And then in this little clip we just played, he really, again, I think he'll continue to highlight throughout the 2020 election, the Democrats simply do not want a secure border. They do not want the border secure. They stand to benefit short-term and long-term from having an insecure border. He also, I'm not going to play the clip, but he took a few fun shots yesterday at the city of San Francisco, basically pointing out that in San Francisco, I think his expression was the entire city is an EPA violation. It may not have been exactly that, but pointing out San Francisco has become such a physically dirty city because of its extremely liberal policies, permitting people to drop their needles everywhere, never arresting anybody, the massive homeless population, making it a dangerous place for people to live, an unpleasant place for people to visit, and the permission that was given by the city council to simply not prosecute people who choose to relieve themselves on public sidewalks. All around getting back to saying that President Trump's message of it's okay to love America, it's okay to secure America, it's okay to demand that we have basic decency standards of kind of civil society in this country as norms in America. So thrilled for his comments at the border, thrilled that he has raised public awareness, just kind of national awareness of what the danger was at the border. And he's really managed to expose how extremely off track the American left, as the Democrat Party is, in simply being unwilling to help with the border in any way. And that, my friends, is today's First Five.